Yo lads, today, as you can see by the title, today's topic is going to be the story behind my salvation. Now, before I say anything else, remember my salvation date is the 19th of July this year at 1 minute before 11 o'clock. And before I get stuck into the whole story, if you follow me on Facebook or whatever, just follow me on social media. On the 11th of November, of course, when I was just boasting about the fact that it was the 1 year anniversary of me starting homeschool, which is most of the reason, and I said most of the reason why I accepted God this year is because of homeschool. Most of the reason. No, okay, let's not talk anymore. Let's actually get into the things that you're actually interested in. Now let's start off with the month before I got saved, which is June. So I think one Wednesday in June, I was around minding my own business and I bumped in, I just saw someone from my first primary school which bullied me all the time. And he didn't recognise me. Then later that same week, I saw another bully who he did make some interaction, but he didn't do anything to torment me. And I told my parents about both of those things happening in the same week. And my parents told me that could have been God's Spirit calling me. Like, can you see what I mean? Two guys who deflated my primary school experience, and 3 years later, one of them 9, one of them 3, because one of them I haven't seen in 3 years, one of them I haven't seen in 9 years, didn't take the initiative to torment me in any way, shape or form, and my parents told me that could have been God's Spirit calling me. And, okay, I told you all of that when the two bullies that tormented me throughout primary school didn't do anything. Late on, I think a week or two later, my parents told me that could have been God's Spirit calling me, saying, "Look, Jacob, those guys, forget about those people. They're nothing now. Look what they did to you a few years ago. They're gone. You don't need to worry about them anymore." So the week after we came back on holiday, I took the initiative one day when I was home alone. Go on this bed, went on my knees, prayed to him, and asked him to change my life. Asked him to clear away my sins, just everything that you need to do in order to get saved. Now, if you remember the 5 commitments I told you, 3 out of 5 are committed to God. So, pretty much you get the picture. Not only do I show my integrity to God on YouTube and on social media if you have me there, I also show my integrity to God in real life. For example, for those who are actually, brought up Christians, like a Christian family, and you don't really care about Christianity or you don't really care about religion, you see, God's Spirit might strike you one day. For example, on that day, remember, July the 19th, it just hit me. It hit me like, I don't know, it just struck me out of nowhere. And at the most bizarre time, believe it or not, the moment, remember, at the minute before 11 o'clock, I was just watching TV or something like that, and God's Spirit called me, and I thought to myself, when I finish this, why not turn the TV off, go on my knees, on here, okay, pretend there's nothing blue here, just a clear space here. I went on my knees, and like I said, asked him to save me, asked him to clear my sins away. It's everything you need to do when you're saved. Like, your God's Spirit might strike you the way it struck me. Okay, well, if you're a Christian family, if you have the same life experience, you're one of the guys who got bullied by one or two people, and you bump into them and they don't take the initiative to do anything to torment you, and you tell your parents, they could tell you, that's God's Spirit calling you. Okay, they won't say it without the stutter, like they won't do that. They'll probably say it more confidently. And another thing that I would love to tell newly saved people. For example, if a pastor or whatever, just the guy who runs the church, if they say something that really gets you down, don't take their word for word, if you know what I mean. Like, sometimes a pastor would say, oh, you can't do this, oh, you can't do that. I get myself hyped up about that. Now, like, for example, one of the pastors, I can't remember what he said exactly, I just got myself all hyped up about it, and I explained to my parents what he said that got me down, and they said, and one of them told me, don't take the pastor's word for word. Now remember, I have dyslexia, which makes reading the most monotonous activity ever. However, when it comes to the Bible, I read it in jubilation. Therefore, there is no excuse why we should all read the Bible every day. Like, okay, on the first month or two, there were some nights where I actually forgot to read the Bible. But I think October, I did an Arsenal Invincible month. Where, well, okay, I'm not sure. Well, I'm not sure if it was October. It could be November, where I do an Arsenal Invincible month, where I go the full month without forgetting to pray or read the Bible. Well, okay, I might speak too soon. Bear in mind, it's the 20th, and I don't know. Maybe I'm just boasting over nothing. And when we're on the subject of boasting, the Bible says in James chapter 4 verse 16, all such boasting is evil. Okay, I'll admit, the Bible is kind of complicated sometimes. I'll admit that, like, sometimes I would read a verse. I read Philippians chapter 4 and 13 last night. For the second time. I read it on Monday and I had to read it again because I forgot about it. Yeah, if you read the Bible and you remember like half of it, you might remember what it says, or you just might remember the verse. Don't worry, just read it over and over again. And something that you should ask your parents about. When you're new to see it, like, ask them about like proof that Christ actually exists. Because if you put something on social media where it's something dedicated to Christianity, you'll get people who actually know about the Big Bang and all that, like agnostic people and atheist people. They'll try and strike you down saying, mate, God doesn't exist. If he was, why is he not preventing people from dying? Now, for example, on that day that I made the 10 reasons why we should show more respect to God, now before you check the date on that, I had to take it down. I think I uploaded sometime in September, and then I had to re-upload it because there was a spelling error in one of them. But anyway, when I post something on YouTube, if you have me on social media, you would know that I would put it up on my story saying, oh, go check out my new YouTube video. And there was one agnostic dude that says, oh, God doesn't exist and all that. And he kept on giving me evidence about how he doesn't exist. Can't remember exactly what he said. He said the whole thing, it all evolved from the Big Bang. Why is he not curing people from preventing people from dying of cancer and all that? And I'll put my hands in there. I didn't know how to respond to that. See, I'll admit, I think I've said it before, I'm the worst at winning arguments. There's probably not one argument that I've ever won in my entire life. Now, I said this in one of my videos, in the second last recent video, where it's like stupid comments, like hate comments that don't really make that much sense. I said it before, I'm gonna say it again. Bullies are only there to cement negative thoughts in your mind. And that same dude who I had no chance, who really deflated my Christianity hopes, even mocked me for being dyslexic. He says, dyslexia is closer to retarded than normal, which I have no clue what he's on about. Alright everyone, that's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed. Now, I would like to shout something out to you. It's a new Bible app. It's a Bible app. You can get it for free. There's no add-ons. I think you can sign into what can you sign into? Facebook for it. I haven't done it yet because one of my mates persuaded me to do it. Persuaded me to buy it, and I didn't. My Wi-Fi was low at the time. Let me get it for you. Right, here it is. I always forget to turn the brightness down. It's just type in Bible, and it should look like that. Yeah, that's what it should look like. Download it. It's for free. And yeah, it's just an easy way to read the Bible, if I'm perfectly honest. Anyway, like, subscribe if you're new around here, comment, and thank you very much for watching.